Occupation no more. And 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state. Israel is a terrorist state. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Occupation no more. Occupation no more. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state. Israel is a terrorist state. Oh, what do you want? What do you want it? What do you want? Justice. What do you want it? If you don't get it, if you don't get it, if you don't get it, shut it down. If President doesn't get it, shut it down. If President doesn't get it, shut it down. If President doesn't get it, shut it down. If the resident don't get it, shut it down. If the people don't get it, shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. What? Shut it down. 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 And free Palestine! 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 You want justice, you say how? You want justice, you say how? Stop starving Gaza now! Stop starving Gaza now! We want justice, you say how? We want justice, you say how? Stop starving children now! Stop starving children now! We want justice, you say how? We want justice, you say how? Lift the siege on Gaza now! 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 We want justice, you say how? We want justice, you say how? Arms embargo right now! 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 Stop starving Gaza now! Stop starving Gaza now! Arms embargo right now! Arms embargo right now! Lift the siege on Gaza now! Lift the siege on Gaza now! Free our business, freedom all! 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 Take the chains and let them fall! Say it loud and say it clear! Liberation is here! Say it clear and say it loud! Yes, sir, you make us proud! Yes, sir, you make us proud! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Thank you everyone for coming out tonight to show our rage. I'm Isabella and I'm with the Palestinian Youth Movement, and we have gathered here today in a mass march for humanity. We're here today because Israel and the U.S. are marching together in lockstep, committing a genocide And now I'll introduce David.
Come to our art bill on Monday.
We want justice, you say hey.
We want justice, you say now.
Stop starving Gaza now.
Stop starving Gaza now.
We want justice, you say hey.
We want justice, you say now.
Stop starving Gaza now.
Stop starving Gaza now.
Brothers, sisters, friends, we are gathered here today to show the Trump administration and the ruling class that we will not despair, that we will take action against the heinous crimes. We have mobilized from all across the country. We have people here from Southwest Ohio, from Nevada, from Boston, from Rhode Island, from upstate New York. We have people from all across the country here today. So we are going to hear from some amazing organizers who have been out in the streets for the past 2 years and even beyond that. Our first speaker today will be Miriam from the Palestinian Youth Movement. We want justice, you say how!
We want justice, you say now.
Stop starving Gaza now!
Stop starving Gaza now.
We want justice, you say how!
We want justice, you say now.
Lift the siege on Gaza now!
Lift the siege on Gaza now.
Stop starving Gaza now!
Stop starving Gaza now.
Lift the siege on Gaza now!
Lift the siege on Gaza now.
How's everyone doing today? In Gaza, right now, there's over 18,000 children who have reached the final stage of a U.S.-Israeli manufactured famine. What this means is that if the siege and the war do not end immediately, that's over 18,000 children who we may see die before our eyes. Is this the kind of Europe we want to live in? Are we going to do everything we can to stop this? Yes, we will. Because right now, children in Gaza, they don't have regular dreams like children here. They're not thinking about what they're going to be when they grow up. Children in Gaza are dreaming about things like a meal of chicken and rice, of chicken. They're dreaming about things like hearing their dead mother speak to them again. This is the criminality of Zionism. This is Zionism. Zionism is a war on children. It's a war on the truth, on humanity, on journalists. Zionism is a horror, it's genocide, and it has to be stopped. And Zionism, no matter what they say, is a completely irredeemable project. Right now, in the last couple of weeks, there's these debates happening within the Israeli government, within the Zionist government. They're not debating whether or not to end the war, or whether or not there should be a ceasefire. They're debating how to most efficiently carry out a genocide. One side says, just let them starve to death. And the other side, the side that just won out, says, no, we should invade Gaza. We should displace or kill the 800,000 people in Gaza City right now. We should take it over and we should level it to the ground. So this is Zionism. This is what our government is supporting and what for the last 23 months, for the last 77 years has been a terror on the Palestinian people. So we have to be clear. There can be no place for Zionism anywhere in the world. Not here in New York City, not in Israel, not in Washington, DC, not anywhere in this country. So when our politicians, when they go to trips to Israel, when they chant, when they proudly call themselves Zionists, when they take AIPAC money, and when they vote consistently to fund a genocide, our goal is to be clear with them. There is no place for Zionist politicians in this country. War criminals are unfit for office. It's a simple truth. War criminals are unfit for office. And our goal is to hold them accountable. We will not stop until every Zionist is held accountable. We will not stop. We will not stop until every child in Gaza can go to sleep with a full belly in their own bed on their own free land. So let's be clear for one last time. We will not stop until all of Palestine is free from the rivers and the sea. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Make some noise! Our next speaker is Eugene from the Party of Socialism and Liberation. A party that for months has organized the people of America to resist Zionism, to resist the genocide. It has organized and brought millions of more people to the Palestinian movement and to our struggle. It has brought people like us together in a march mass for humanity, and it has raised the contradictions within the U.S. and how the U.S. is complicit, more than complicit, it is marching in lockstep with the Zionist entity. It is working hand in hand with Israel to carry out a genocide for nearly 2 years. So with that, I'm honored to announce Eugene, our next speaker.
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
Long live Palestine!
You know, I think it has to be said that the United States of America, that's funding, facilitating, and participating in greenlighting this genocide, the government His Majesty's government in the UK that is funding and assisting and green-lighting this genocide. The President and the government of France that have been green-lighting and funding this genocide. And many of the other governments that have been funding and facilitating and green-lighting this genocide have not just been doing this for the past 2 years. They've been complicit since 1917 in a conspiracy to destroy and expel and ethnically cleanse the Palestinian people. The Palestinian people have been struggling for over 100 years, and this current genocide is just another iteration of the attempt of the most powerful people on earth in league with Zionism to ethnically cleanse the land, to put a military base to control the Arab people on behalf of the Europeans and the Americans. It's an imperial crime, it's a colonial crime, it's a settler colonial crime, it's a crime and a genocide that must end now. The killing and the bombing is so bad we don't even know how many have been killed. We hear 60,000, we know it's more than that. Over 150,000 have been injured. It doesn't matter whether you're an infant or a senior citizen, whether you're a doctor or whether you're a waiter. The Israelis have turned Gaza into a slaughterhouse. They are killing everyone they can, and they're doing it on purpose. They're using AI algorithms. They're using starvation. They're using the most brutal methods. But when we look at this aptly named event, a March for Humanity, because we know this is a manifest inhumanity being done to the people of Gaza and of Palestine, I think we should be clear. They haven't been involved for 100 years just by accident. They've been involved 100 years because this is the system that they want to perpetuate. A system where a small number of people in a handful of countries get together to control the majority of people in their own country, working class people, and all the people in what we call the global south. That system has a name. It's capitalism. And in its worldwide iteration, it's imperialism. It's a capitalist, imperialist genocide. The steadfastness of the Palestinian people is the rock upon which the movement against imperialism in this world today is built. And it is the rock upon which imperialism will break. We are seeing all across this globe tremendous masses of people rise up continually over 2 years in manifest different ways to bring Israel's popularity the lowest ever it's been. I think they're more scared in Tel Aviv than they've ever been in the entirety of the Zionist project, because they know that people like you who are coming with us today can bring that system down. So as we march today, as we march for humanity, and let's keep saying now, as we march for humanity, this is an unjust, inhumane thing that is being done. As we march for humanity, we're marching against genocide, yes. We are marching against starvation, yes. We are marching for the Palestinian people, not just in Gaza, but across all of the occupied territories for their land to come back. But we are also marching against the unjust and illegal wars and occupations being waged by imperialists everywhere. In Sudan, they're talking about Gaza. In Congo, they're talking about Gaza. In Gaza, they're talking about Sudan. The people of Gaza understand the internationalization of this struggle. We're marching against hunger. We're marching against poverty. We're marching against all the injustices that have the same people doing them. The people who want people to be starving on the side of the street with no place to live in New York City are the same people who are funding and facilitating the genocide in Gaza. So all I want to end with is, on behalf of the Party for Socialism and Liberation, we're honored to stand shoulder next to you, all shoulder by shoulder, next to every single one of you here. Whatever we agree on, whatever we differ on, we're here for Palestine, we're here with Gaza, we're here for humanity, we're marching for humanity. Thank you.
Thank you, Rudy. Repeat after me. The more they try to silence us, the louder we will
I had to
be.
shut my phone off.
The more they try to silence
the Trump administration and the authors of Project 2025 and Project Esther had a plan. They thought that if they arrested our student leaders, our organizers, that our movement would die. But did we stop organizing? Did we stop protesting? No, we kept building and we kept organizing. And one of our leaders, who was the target of the Trump administration, the one we fought for to release all of the students, he is here with us. I am honored to introduce Mahmoud Khalil.
Thank you. We're still here 20 months later as we are witnessing the genocide playing out live on our screens. In what world is this normal? In what world is the starvation of an entire population is normal? In what world is the killing and maiming of tens and hundreds of thousands of Palestinians is normal? In what world pulling out families out of rubble is normal? In what world is bombing hospitals into dust while patients bleed on the floor normal? And yet, Israel insists it is normal. And the world has followed. Palestinian death has been sanitized into numbers. Our suffering packaged into statistics. We should not be begging for the basic rights of our people, to be alive, to be allowed food, but we are. We are because the whole world has failed Gaza and Palestine. The whole world has failed us. I carry heavy words that should never have been written. The words of Anas al-Sharif, the 28 years old, writing what he knew might be his last words, not because of illness, but because Israel marked him for death, for the crime of documenting their war crimes. Anas said, and I quote, "Don't let chains silence you. Don't let borders restrain you. Be bridges toward liberation until the sun of dignity and freedom rises over our stolen homeland." These were not the words of a broken man. They were the words of a Palestinian who knew his people's struggle was larger than himself, who knew his camera was part of the fight for liberation, the Palestinian liberation. Just last week, a friend of mine was a call with his colleague trapped in Gaza. Both of them knew Anas personally. Both of them mourned Anas. And as bombs echoed in the background of that call, that colleague in Gaza said something I will never forget. He said, "I resign myself to Allah's will. I will continue reporting. They will never silence me. They will never silence us." consciously, deliberately, and they are doing it with American bombs, with American cover, with American tax money, with your money. They want us to think that our voices are useless. They want us to just give up. But trust me, we are shattering their complacency. If there is a problem, it's the very existence of Palestinians. It's the very existence of us. And we're not silent. We're not going anywhere. And they want to say it together, to say it loud so the whole world can hear us. Free, free Palestine! 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 Viva, viva Palestina! Viva, viva Palestina! Viva, viva Palestina! Viva, viva Palestina! Every person here has a choice. Stay quiet and normalize our killing, or rise and demand liberation. The kind of dignity and freedom that Anas spoke of, it rises only if we refuse to let another Palestinian die in darkness while the world looks away. Anas lives on through his words, and if we carry them forward, not only in grief, not only in speeches, but in our actions, then we can ensure no other young Palestinian will be forced to write their final testament just for telling the truth. The time is now. The time is now. The bridges towards liberation start with us. Let's build them. Thank you.
While the GHS, the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, the sham of an aid plan, is used to murder the people of Gaza, there are already organizations that are working tirelessly on the ground that have successfully used what they can to continue mass aid operations. So around the crowd, we have boxes. We have people going around with donation boxes, and I urge you to donate to Mecca, the Middle East Children's Alliance that has worked tirelessly, whose employees that live in Gaza have worked to strengthen the people's steadfastness on the ground. But we know, despite these tireless efforts, the U.S. and Israel have forced a famine on the people of Gaza. A famine that a majority of people, anyone who stands on 2 feet, is against. A famine that we all are here marching to break. A siege that we are marching to break in order to stand with humanity. And people like the next speaker that I will introduce, someone who is a founder of the Amazon Labor Union here in the U.S. Someone who has put their body on the line to break the siege, to get food into Gaza. Someone who was specifically targeted by the Zionist Israeli terrorist terrorists for attempting to break the siege, for attempting to uphold humanitarian law, for attempting to get food into Gaza. Someone who was on the Freedom Flotilla, who I'm honored to introduce as Chris Smalls.
You know, I'm so humble and grateful and blessed to come home to this community. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of y'all who shared my story, who shared the story of the 21 volunteers on the Hundela who kept all eyes on us, who kept us safe from the IOF and the authorities of Israel. Thank you. For those who don't know, 2 weeks ago I was in prison in Israel. 2 weeks ago I was on a hunger strike. 2 weeks ago I was assaulted by the Israel immigration authorities. I was the only black passenger on the Hundela. It's no coincidence that I was one of the last to be released from prison. All my comrades who were locked up with me, it was 14 of us. 12 of them were taken directly to Tel Aviv and deported directly to their countries. When me and my Arab brother Hatson from Tunis, we were the only two, once again, people of color, who were dropped off at the border of Jordan. Besides my brutal assault, they tried to psychologically break us down. Every day, the warden or the raid unit would come in the cell, make us strip naked for no reason, make us get dressed for no reason, lying to us saying we're going home, knowing we're not. They would sit food in front of us knowing we wasn't going to eat. They was giving us contaminated water. Most importantly, they were isolating us from what's really behind the curtains. That system, that prison system in Israel is full of Ethiopians, and they didn't want us to see that. Not only that, everything that I experienced as a black man is only a fraction of what Palestinians are going through every day. I repeat, everything from the 7 authorities throwing me to the ground, putting their knee in my back, putting both arms behind my back, lifting me up, pulling my hair and choking me with my chains. And throwing me to the floor multiple times, separating me from the crew, threw me up against the wall. And the only thing I could think in my head was, man, 1v1 me, bro. But I'm telling you, the frustration and the anger that I had, I wanted to crash out, but I knew I could jeopardize my crew. But let me tell y'all what I did do though. I faced the most deadliest, ruthless killing machine in the world face to face, the IOF. Oh, it gets better. I didn't go all the way out there to be silent. I'm from New York too, so I gave him a little piece of my mouth. Let me tell y'all what I said to them. Without them guns, without them weapons, you ain't shit. And I pointed at one of them, and I said, especially you. Without them guns, without them weapons, y'all ain't shit. one of y'all to say something, because I'll pay for this shit as an American taxpaying dollar. Now let me get to American taxpaying dollars. We all need to be outraged at where our money is going. Less than 2 years, 500,000 people are gone, dead, forever. And you know what? Those numbers are not even the real numbers. There's so much death in Gaza right now that 100 miles away from shore, our boat was swarmed by flies. That's how much death is over there. They don't want us to see what's really going on. And I want to point and connect the dots, because people ask me this question: why, as an American labor leader, did you go out there? You know why? Because some of these labor unions are fucking complicit too. And they're more than that. They are participating actively by shipping arms and manufacturing weapons for Israel. So I want to ask y'all for one thing, and it don't have to be soon, but I just want y'all to pay attention, because we know who these people are. We can name them all day. We know who these unions are. Guess what? The ILA, the Longshoremen Association, right over the bridge in Jersey. The AFL-CIO, their office is in DC, right across the street from the White House. So what I'm asking everyone here today, and I'm going to reach out to organizations in DC as well, we need a national day of action against these two major unions right now. Oh yeah. Those two unions have passed 0 resolutions since October 7th. 0. Those two unions have workers on the docks that are shipping arms to Israel for the last 22 months, every 15 hours.
Somebody
And I'm going to close with this, because I hope to see y'all in Detroit in 2 weeks. Do me a favor, y'all. For the children of Gaza, for my passenger, my crew, can y'all sing this song for me and repeat after me? Everywhere we go!
Everywhere we go,
People wanna know
people wanna know
who we are.
who we are.
So we tell them
So we tell them
we are Honduras.
we are
The mighty, mighty Honduras.
mighty, mighty Honduras.
Going to Gaza
Going to Gaza
to feed the children.
feed the children.
Come on, come everywhere we go.
Everywhere we go,
People wanna know
people wanna know
who we are.
who we are.
So we tell them
So we tell them
we are Honduras.
we are Honduras.
The mighty, mighty Honduras.
Mighty, mighty Honduras.
Going to Gaza
Going to Gaza.
to break the peace.
Break the sea.
I love y'all. Thank you so much. Love you so much.
Next up, we have someone from the Answer Coalition, a coalition that has worked for the past decades to end the U.S.'s forever wars on the Middle East, a coalition that has stood by us on the streets for the entirety of the genocide. I'm honored to introduce Brian Becker from the Answer Coalition.
Sisters and brothers, there
is an announcement that was just issued by the State Department that starting today, the United States government will refuse to issue any visa for wounded children in Gaza. You really have to wrap your head around what that means. Why would the U.S. government refuse visas to wounded children in Gaza? It's because the Trump administration now believes that if they can make the life of Gazans, the life of the Palestinian people, so horrendous, so insufferable, so catastrophic, that the people will have no choice but to leave. And we're here today to send a very, very important message to the people of Gaza. The U.S. government is standing with the fascist regime in Tel Aviv, but we, the American people, stand with you, with the Palestinian people. There is nothing more powerful than international solidarity, where we can see that people in Latin America and Asia and Africa and the Middle East are standing together because we have a single solitary enemy. They live on Wall Street, they're in the White House, they're in the center of imperialism. People said to us 7 or 8 days ago when we called this demonstration that people are too tired to come out one more time. And we said we can never entertain that kind of language when we see the Palestinian people are so steadfast and so resilient. I want to ask each and every one of us to make a commitment that we will not stop. We will not stop. We will keep marching. We will keep demanding divestment. We will keep mobilizing. If you are willing to make that commitment, raise your hand. Raise your hand high. What do we say? Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! We can win, sisters and brothers, by staying as strong, as militant, and as steadfast as our sisters and brothers in Gaza. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Brian. Let's do a chant. U.S. Israel, stop the slaughter! U.S. Israel, stop the slaughter! Gaza needs food and water! Gaza needs food and water! U.S. Israel, stop the slaughter! U.S. Israel, stop the slaughter! Gaza needs food and water! Gaza needs food and water! Our next speaker is from American Muslims for Palestine, an organization that since 2006 that has mobilized, that has educated the American public about what it means to fight against the genocide against the Palestinian people. So next is Hafsa from AMP.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be on to all of you here. Thank you to the organizers of today, and thank you to every single person here in presence. I could start this by listing to you tens of thousands of names of Palestinians who were slaughtered by the genocidal terrorist entity that Israel is, or the hundreds of war crimes that they are guilty of. Or I could tell you that Gaza and its 2 million people are being starved to death in every essence of the world. And that it is Israel starving them. But you don't need that reminder, because that's why we're here. So instead, this is a message to the media who has been manufacturing consent for genocide for the past 2 years, and more than that. This is a message to our crooked politicians and ambassadors and representatives on both sides of the aisle that think they made an oath to defend Israel instead of their constitution and their constituents. From the beginning, this government and the media have known that this was a genocide, but they feared that it meant for Israel, they feared what it meant for Israel if the world acknowledged what it was doing despite seeing it in the palm of their hands. They feared the consequences not only for themselves, but the Zionist terrorist entity. But now that it seems that there are no consequences for committing genocide, they're coming out and sharing stories about Gaza. In other words, now that it's clear that Israel and they themselves won't be held accountable for these crimes, it's become easy to acknowledge that they are war crimes. And I need you to know, every single media outlet that is here or that is hearing this, that each and every single one of you has blood on your hands. Every child, mother, father that was murdered by Israel, you must know that this was directly caused by the money that Congress voted to send. It was directly caused by every article that painted Israel as anything other than a terrorist state. It was caused by every news outlet that fed into the propaganda machine of the Zionist entity. So now my message to all of you here in presence, in solidarity. While we're here marching, fighting for Gaza, we cannot stay silent about our sisters and brothers in Sudan, Congo, Haiti. Because the videos that are coming out of Sudan and Congo, the videos that are coming out of Sudan and Congo are the exact same videos we are seeing in Gaza today. Our movements, and this is not okay. And we cannot accept it as the reality. Our movements are nothing without each other. And it is time that we stand up. And I don't mean what we've been doing for the past 2 years. What we've been doing so far. Gaza needs more than this from us. Our people need more than this from us. I need you to stay angry. I need you to keep your energy. Together we need to stand up stronger than before. We refuse to be complicit. We refuse to stand by. We refuse to go back to the way that things were. And when it comes to the consequences and accountability for the media, for Congress, and every business and corporation complicit, we will be the ones to make sure that they are held to it. We will be the ones to make sure they are held accountable. I want you all to repeat after me for a quick chant. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win.
All right, thank you, Afra. Our next speaker is from the Democratic Socialists of America. Please welcome Rami.
The Palestinians of Gaza had defended their existence in the face of apocalyptic violence. They have watched their children be murdered in cold blood or else amputated, traumatized, and dragged to a slow death by disease and famine. They endure torture of their bodies and slander of their identity, character, and history. Yet through this living hell, they continue to march towards freedom. We in America must learn from the Palestinians in Gaza. Look at their courage. Look how when faced with torture, mutilation, annihilation, they increased rather than diminished their aspirations. We cannot sit complicitly, grow gradually, build quietly as our brothers and sisters are erased. They are us, our fates are timed, and we are bound by their chains and freed by their freedom. With the urgency of immediate extinction, we Americans must shake ourselves out of our political slumber and seize all resources at our disposal. We must drive our own nations towards the mutual liberation of Palestine and America, for we will not allow ourselves to be consumed by rulers. We will not be ruled. We are here. Exist. We are live, and we will continue to sing. Sing for Palestine. Sing Free Palestine. Free, free Palestine.
Next up, we have a student organizer who has faced repression for standing with Palestine. President of the Student Workers of Columbia, UAW 2710, Grant Minor.
All right, it's very hot. I'm going to abridge my speech. Let's go. My name is Grant Minor. I'm the president of the Student Workers of Columbia, and I just want to tell you that the student movement, the labor movement, will not be cowed by the repression that is being visited upon us right now. The Trump administration, the capitalists, are all banding together against workers, against immigrants, against every single marginalized person in this country to try to crush not just our movement, but all movements who try to benefit humanity. You heard from people that they're starving children in Gaza. We are a diverse movement. We are the people that stand for life. We struggle to put food in the mouths of children. They struggle to starve them, and we will not let them do that. All right, I got 30 seconds, so I'm just going to close it with the chant. When I say worker, you say power. Worker, worker, worker. Thank you very much. Thank you, Grant. Let's do a quick chant. New York Times, you can't hide. You write lies for genocide. You write lies for genocide. So our next speaker is from Writers Against the War on Gaza. Yolanda, speak. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll be quick. Last Sunday night, while the people of Gaza tried to sleep, the Zionist occupation assassinated Al Jazeera reporter Anas al-Sharif alongside 5 of his colleagues. Israel's weapons stopped his heartbeat, but it was the collaboration between Israel and the mainstream media of the West that killed him. The New York Times, the Washington Post, the Wall Street Journal, CNN, MSNBC, BBC, The Atlantic have made themselves bullhorns for Israel's propaganda machine. They have continued to ignore the targeted killing of journalists, have weaponized language to absolve Israel of its crimes. They are all co-conspirators. The blood on their hands can be seen from thousands of miles away, and it will stain forever. Gaza is being starved, maimed, disposed of. These are the facts. Yet the most powerful media outlets refuse to acknowledge who is responsible for this genocide. It's as if the famine is a natural occurrence, as if Gaza has self-maimed, as if it is Gaza that is destroying itself. They call it a humanitarian crisis. They say Gaza is hungry. But we know the true story. We know about Israel's starvation campaign because of brave journalists in Gaza that have revealed it. Anas has revealed it to us. He spent the last hour of his life reporting on Israel's relentless bloodthirst. Even as danger grew closer and closer, he continued to model survival for all of us. Israel is the murderer, but Anas is the victor. Israel can kill a reporter, but it cannot kill the story. We will name the killers and we will confront them. Not only the killers who hold guns and ship bombs, but the ones who paved the way with words. We will challenge every craven institution that twists language to justify Israel's atrocities. Every editor who sees the violence of colonial occupation and writes about it as if it were a force of nature. We will fight for every Palestinian who continues to defy occupation and genocide, whether he takes up arms or carries a camera and a microphone. Glory to Anas al-Sharif, and glory to every martyr. Free Palestine!
Next, we have an educator for all, Leanne, from the People's Forum.
New York City, are you ready to march? Are you ready to march? Sisters and brothers, friends, we are getting ready to march very soon. And we have had many powerful speakers today who have spoken to the urgency, to the life or death moment in which we are protesting today. But I want to quickly say a few words about all of us gathered here today. Every single person here who has made their way from across New York City and across the country, the people who rode the bus, the people who drove, the people who took trains or planes, every single one of you has made the decision to stand on the right side of history. I want to make one thing very clear. We are not a small movement. We are a movement that represents every kind of person across the world and every sector of society. Look around you today and you will see a children's contingent marching for the children of Gaza. Look around you today and you will see a journalist contingent marching for their colleagues who are being assassinated in Gaza. You will see a contingent of artists, a contingent of Jewish people, a contingent of faith leaders, a contingent of students. You will see every sector of society represented here. And what does that tell us? That tells us that the genocidal war machine that is being run by those who are sitting in the White House and sitting in Tel Aviv, that the genocidal war machine is attempting to break the spirit of the Palestinian people and break the spirit of the movement in solidarity with Palestine, and they have failed. For every child, for every family, for every brother, sister, father, mother who has been brutally killed in Gaza, we have hundreds more to march in the streets in their honor. And this is what they have to remember. So know that your actions today are so important, because above all else, we are sending a message to the world that the people of Gaza and the people of Palestine are not alone. And that we will never stop marching, never stop speaking out, never stop organizing until Palestine is free. Thank you.
Thank you, Leanne. Our next speaker is from Jewish Voices for Peace. Please welcome Pam.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Pam Sporn. I'm from the Bronx, and I'm in Jewish Voice for Peace. And we stand here in struggle, not only in solidarity, we stand in struggle with everybody here, with our siblings here. We stand in a strong and powerful tradition of left-wing anti-Zionist Jews. And as much as the Schumers and the Dinowitzes make it seem like we are outliers, we're here to tell them they are liars. When I first got involved with Jewish Voice for Peace about 12 years ago, there were maybe 20 of us in someone's apartment. Now we have thousands of members in New York City and across this country. We're growing because we don't believe in ethno-nationalism. We don't believe in an ethno-nationalist apartheid state. And when we say, not in our name, that's what we mean. And let me get personal just for a minute. But I have two little grandbabies up there in the Bronx. One is 22 months old and one is 4 months old. And as long as my little baby Nina has been alive, I've been in the streets against this genocide. And when I look at little Nasir, who's plump, he's in the 95th percentile in size and weight. And when I look at him so happy and healthy, I think about the children being starved in Gaza. And so for not in our name, it's very personal. And I'll finish with that. We have to stay out here. Thank you.
One last thing. Before we have our last speaker and we start marching, our movement does not end here. We are going to continue to struggle and we are going to continue to take direction from the people of Gaza who are leading us on the path of justice. So I want everyone, if you're not already registered, to register for the People's Conference for Palestine happening at the end of this month. People's Conference for Palestine.com. You can register, you can find it on the Palestinian Youth Movement Instagram, and we want to see you there. We want to continue to be in struggle together, as Pam said. And next up, we have Bint Abu Musa from Al Auda.
Thank you. There's nothing more that I can add to what these beautiful comrades said. But I will give you a message from a doctor, Dr. Izzeddin in Gaza. I am writing this from the grave. Do not look for me. There is no body, only dust and the smell of what was once bread. We spoke, oh how we spoke, with the tongues of the children choking on smoke, with the tongues of old men whose names turned to ash before their afternoon tea cooled, with the tongues of mothers who gave birth beside mass graves and then laid their newborns inside them. We spoke with our blood, with our silence, with our madness. But the world did not hear. The world, my friend, is deaf to the human soul, unless that soul bleeds gold. They bombed us in the name of defense. They starved us in the name of security. They erased us with such calm, you would think it was an administrative procedure. And now they speak of expanding the operations, of occupying Gaza fully, not as a tragedy, but as a plan. It is no longer war, it is appetite. And still we remained, not because we are brave, not because we are strong, but because there was nowhere left to go. I have seen a child dig through rubble with one hand, the other still clutching his sister's decapitated doll. I have seen doctors use thread from their own clothes to stitch together lungs that were already drowning. I have seen men curse God, and I have seen God say nothing. Forgive me, I do not write this in anger. I write it because I no longer know if I exist, because my memories are louder than your missiles, because my dead will not speaking to me. They ask me, did you tell them? Did you show them what they did to us? And I say, yes, I told them. I screamed it. And they say, then why are we still dead? They do not want justice. They want the land. Let them take it. Let them build gardens atop our skulls. Let them pave our history into a road that leads to nowhere. But let them sleep beside the sea and call it peace, but let us go.
Let's give it up for Colorado. Who's ready to march? Who's ready to march? So we are going to head towards West 42nd Street. We are going to turn left on West 42nd Street. If you are facing the stage right now, that is your right. So we're going to go that way. There is a front banner. Please head over that way. Let's march. Thank you.
In our thousands, in our millions. We are all Palestinians.
We are all Palestinians.
In our thousands, in our millions.
In our thousands, in our millions.
We are all Palestinians.
We are all Palestinians.
Gaza, Gaza, you will rise. We will never let you die.
We will never let you die.
Gaza, Gaza, you will rise.
Gaza, you will rise.
We will never let you die.
We will never let you die.
From the river to the sea.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
And from the sea to the river. Palestine will live forever. From the river to the sea.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free. And from the sea to the river. Palestine will live forever. Say it loud and say it clear. Liberation is here. Say it clear and say it loud. You make us proud. Say it loud and say it clear. Liberation is here. Say it clear and say it loud. You make us proud. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. From the sea to the river. Palestine will live forever. Let the siege on Gaza now. Intifada. Long live the Intifada. Intifada, Intifada. Long live the Intifada.
Ja, pinnerweise. So ist meine Typ. Ja.
kept thinking.
lost your group? Hey, you lost your group?
Yeah, I lost you know where he is?
No. I lost some too. Trying to film everything. Yeah. But you know the bus there, right? Yeah. As long as you meet up by the bus, you'll be alright. That's a good spot. There we go, it's up. I could go on this part, right? They want to stop me. Yeah. Uh-huh.